be fine.
Are we ready to start the stream?
Absolutely a do or die situation. If Banerjee doesn't.
Alright, my Darksouls, what's up? The Darksouls here, back again.
I mean, this has to
After
work.
the gaming stream, that is.
Ray has taken the
And this time we're back here for the New Year's countdown.
which might spook
And it's
Steve.
supposed to be started in a
Instead
few.
tries to talk about other
And I'm
things
here
and
with the
hope
wifey
Steve
who's
will
not
back
even
out.
showing her face on camera.
And
Hi.
I'm sitting there with the headphones on, and I've
She's
got
in the
my
mood
legal pad
today.
out. I wanted to make sure that
Oh,
if this recording device
dang.
failed, I could at least testify to what I overheard.
Steve says his life is horrible because he's constantly afraid he's going to get
Well,
arrested.
your camera's
He talks
so
about
good.
possibly going on the lam and fleeing to India.
He told Cologne that there's nothing more important to Banerjee after the dollar than his freedom.
Baby!
Yeah, I fixed it.
No, you didn't.
Oh, good lord.
I mean, the conversation went on for 3 or 4 hours. I mean, we're all exhausted at this point. We're going
gonna
way
do
past
that.
midnight. Cologne is drinking.
Well, can you,
Banerjee's
like, be
commenting
sure to
about how
fix
much
it
Cologne
instead
can
of
drink, but
leaving
I'm
it
sure
that way,
Cologne's
please?
drinking a lot because he's nervous as heck.
Steve also says
But
that
yes,
the walls
we're
in
out here
hotel
today
are
for the
super
countdown,
thin,
and it's
so
going to
he's
be
afraid the
interesting.
FBI are listening in from the next room. And
Say
Ray
the
pounds
least.
on the wall to show how solid they are, even though the FBI really
Besides
are
the
in the
moods,
next room listening in.
Anybody watching out there?
Banerjee
What
had
y'all,
not
what you guys
let go
doing
of
for
his
New Year's
paranoia.
Eve?
He's actually meeting with Cologne in part to assuage some of that paranoia.
Banerjee's desperate. The thing he really wants to know is if the FBI mentioned anything to
Are
Cologne
you watching there?
about the D. That's what was the code word that they used for the murder. They would call it the D for Denoya's name.
In that point, Steve
quiet.
starts talking about the murder and how it's not.
Well, hello, I had them for not to
And
be able to
then
come in and
Banerjee
watch.
says to Cologne, do they know about the D?
Banerjee
Billy, can you lighten
specifically
up?
asked, and I recall as clear as a bell, did they ask you about the D?
Can you really lighten up,
And
please?
then Banerjee asked Cologne, do they
It's
know
New
that
Year's
I gave
Eve, we
you
don't
the
need to
money
do that
buy
like
the
that.
guns?
That is the moment when Cologne and certainly Garriola know
Whatever.
that they've got it. He has confessed to purchasing the guns and setting up the hit of Nick Denoya.
Where's my
And the conversations were perfect. Exactly what we needed to hear Banerjee say on tape.
The
Ooh,
FBI
no,
now
we're
has
watching
enough
on
to arrest
YouTube.
Steve Banerjee.
But Banerjee did something that would shock all of them.
countdown's coming up shortly?
America's #1 news.
So guys, who's ever watching out there,
Most watched
what's y'all's New Year's resolution?
and streaming live to you anytime, anywhere. And
What's y'all's New Year's
this
resolution?
is ABC News Live, America's #1.
What is you guys'
streaming
new-
news, free to you,
new you, new me?
24/7. Watch America's #1 news whenever you want it, wherever you are, anytime. ABC News Live, streaming live and free on all platforms.
This is ABC News Live.
The crush of families here in Poland.
At refugee centers
In Putin's Russia.
On the ground in Ukraine,
Close to the front line.
here at the White House.
destructive Cat 4 storm.
Along I-5.
Boston is in the bullseye.
Let's go.
ABC News Live, America's #1 streaming news. Anytime, anywhere. Streaming 24/7, straight to you for free.
Thank you for making ABC News Live America's #1 streaming news.
You never know what you're going to get on this show.
And don't mind my coughing, I've been sick.
This mic on? Can you hear me out there?
Behind the scenes is always a better show.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's what people don't see during the commercial break.
Right.
I had no idea really what I was getting myself into.
That day that we walked out, I treasure that day. I couldn't sit there.
Doing good, Joy.
I'm just gonna sit there and be quiet.
Yeah, baby. It was crazy.
I was waiting
Behind
for
the
you to
table.
ask me a
Listen
question
wherever
more
you
than
get your
talking.
podcasts.
I said your name.
These days, it's hard to keep up.
Things change hour by hour, minute by minute.
The historic weather that's now unfolding.
The worries on Wall Street.
We're bringing you the right now. Been a nationwide teacher shortage.
The right now look at the day ahead. An alert this morning for dog owners and the key takeaways from the biggest stories.
News Now and America This Morning, America's #1 early morning news.
Today does feel a little different. Early mornings on ABC News Live.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Let's do it.
Yes, it's the show America wants and America needs right now.
This is What Would You Do? Let's go. How are you?
Yeah. So what will you be watching Saturdays on ABC News Live?
What would you do? Hey, I guess I just found out.
The What Would You Do
And
Marathon.
another
12 to
question.
6 Eastern every Saturday on
What was you guys' best memories of 2022?
With so much
2022.
at stake, so much
My
on
bad.
the line, more Americans turn here than any other newscast. ABC News World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 most watched newscast across all of television.
And babe, you can also answer if you want to.
After an extraordinary news-making year, thank you for making ABC's This Week America's #1 news and politics show on Sunday mornings.
Get ready, America, every Friday.
The hottest trends, styles, and must-have. What's the right stuff to buy right now? I really love that. It's time to buy the right stuff.
Yes.
And save big time, too.
The right stuff.
Fridays on GMA. You're going to love it.
From America's #1 news comes the all-new ABC News app. Breaking news, incredible video, faster, smarter, and customizable to your interests. If you love being in the know, you're gonna love this. Experience the all-new ABC News app. Download it now. Now streaming on ABC News Live 2020. True crime, cinematic, real-life drama, stunning, the unthinkable. Follow the clues. The Hunt. True crime 2020. Now streaming on ABC News Live. So, what's good to read? And we mean really good to read right now. Well, that's where Charlie and Kate Gibson can help.
Join us for the new podcast series. It is called The Bookcase with Kate and Charlie.
We will make sure you love what you read.
Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Steve Banerjee is behind bars today.
Accused of hiring somebody to kill 3 of his former business associates.
Steve Banerjee was constantly worried he was going to be arrested.
So what, are you not gonna talk?
Charged with racketeering by federal prosecutors.
And now the time had finally come.
If convicted, Banerjee faces life in prison and
I already did.
$5 million fine.
Banerjee ends up getting charged on 8 counts.
Banerjee was denied bail late today. Prosecutors are voicing suspicions
I
that he
asked
might
you what
try
was
to
your
flee
best
the
memory of 2022.
I'm thinking to myself,
And
that,
I
how the
answered.
hell is Banerjee gonna do time?
Oh, you didn't.
He is not really cut out for that.
I
kind of
did
life.
too.
No, you didn't answer.
When the summer of 1994,
Haha.
Banerjee's lawyers finally make a plea, which is accepted by the court.
Are you kidding? A plea deal? He murdered my buddy. No.
His plea deal requires that he be sentenced to
Oh,
26
my
years
God.
in prison. But what was also devastating for Steve Banerjee is that he would lose ownership of Chippendales.
On the day of his
What is
sentencing,
your New Year's
I
resolution?
got Clark Wilson, the MC.
Because we wanted to see him go
You're
down.
not broke
I was
back to
expected
bed.
to come here today and see Steve
Huh?
Banerjee in shackles.
We sat down there and we're waiting, and it was a very long time before somebody came in and said there will be no sentencing today.
Banerjee was found hanging in his jail cell.
My immediate reaction was anger.
He got to choose his time, and Nick didn't get to choose his time, and somehow it still doesn't seem right.
He cheated the justice system. He cheated all of us.
Some speculate this was one final scheme by Banerjee.
His biggest fear was anybody having a piece of Chippendales.
By killing himself, all his assets go to his family instead of the government.
So while Steve Banerjee's family did inherit Chippendales, the company has been sold a few times since.
Gilbert Lopez Rivera, who was the person who actually killed Nick DeNoia, was eventually convicted of homicide. He was sentenced to 25 years to life. Colon got a reduced sentence for his cooperation.
He served over 2 years in federal prison and house arrest before he was released in 1996. And the Chippendales, well, almost 40 years later and under new ownership, the dance troupe survived that period of darkness and tragedy, even thrived. Of course, those white cuffs and collars still remain.
So now Chippendales can be found in Las Vegas at Rio Hotel and Casino. They really do occupy the exalted chair of the perfect bachelorette party destination.
As the fascination with Chippendales continues, hit movies have been inspired by the dance
Hello,
troupe.
cartoons. Nice of you to come in.
So there's a documentary series called Curse of the Chippendales that's currently airing on Discovery Plus.
A world of luxury right at your fingertips. Sheer opulence. Sheer opulence.
And on Hulu, there's a scripted series called Welcome to Chippendales that's getting a fair amount of buzz right now.
Welcome to Chippendales is a wild true crime saga.
The most famous strip club in the world.
This project is really fun.
So the scripted series is a dramatized account of some of the early days of Chippendales. And it stars Kumail Nanjiani, who is an Academy Award nominee for The Big Sick and who's familiar to a lot of people for his role on Silicon Valley. And it's also got Juliette Lewis, an Oscar nominee, as a costume designer.
People are scared. Their hearts should be beating. They're alive. They feel alive.
Also in the cast, Annalee Ashford plays Steve's wife.
You are a good person. We don't do things like this.
It's really kind of a swerve for Kumail Nanjiani because we've not really seen him play the bad guy before. And this,
I am the boss!
Is a bad guy.
You a bad man, Mr. Banerjee. You ain't seen nothing yet.
I felt like it really spoke
Below,
to
you can
a
talk
lot
too.
of themes that I think about a lot in my life. I'm an immigrant to America. Steve Banerjee is an immigrant to America. We both tried to make it in worlds that weren't really built for our success. The other thing that I thought was really interesting was the idea of success. More is always better. I think Steve fell into that trap too. If he had stopped at a certain point, he had a lot of success. That would have been okay, but he wanted more. I realized the power of Chippendales. The reaction that people have to the performance itself is so powerful. It's so kinetic. It's really kind of explosive. I think there's a fascination with Chippendales because of the contrast between sort of the fun, campy performance and then the behind-the-scenes aspect that's so dark.
You wonder why what?
Grabs people.
And for another look at the Chippendales story, the scripted series called Welcome to Chippendales is now streaming on Hulu. That's our program for tonight. I'm David Muir. From all of us here at 2020 and ABC News, good night.
Ring in the new year from the happiest place on earth to Times Square. Join me and my co-host Billy Porter, Sierra, D. Knight, Jesse James Decker, and Liza Koshy. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest live on ABC.
This is ABC News Live.
The crush of families here in Poland.
At refugee centers.
In Putin's Russia.
On the ground in Ukraine.
Close to the front line.
Here at the White House.
Destructive Cat 4 storm.
You're along I-5.
Boston is in the bullseye.
Let's go.
ABC News Live, America's #1 streaming news. Anytime.
It's a better show. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, baby. It was crazy.
Behind the table. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, here we go. You ready? Let's do it. Yes, it's the show America
What
wants
are you
and
doing?
America needs right now.
I was trying to look at something.
Let's go.
We are doing a stream right now.
No, I was trying to look. I was trying to look at
ABC News Live.
the other live.
It can
The other
wait.
lives they have for the countdown.
12 to 6 Eastern
Well,
every Saturday.
they
on
can
ABC
wait.
News Live.
My favorite show.
Apparently they're not
So
gonna.
much happening these days,
Apparently
it's
it's
hard to
not
keep
till
up.
1
Things
o'clock.
change hour by hour, minute by minute.
The historic weather that's now unfolding.
Worries on Wall Street.
We're bringing you the right now. Been a nationwide teacher shortage.
The right now look at the day ahead. An alert this morning for dog owners and the key takeaways from the biggest stories.
World News Now.
Apparently we're pulling an all-nighter.
America's #1 early morning news.
What?
It does feel a little different.
Nothing.
Mornings on ABC News Live.
Brick wall. Brick wall.
Whatever.
This heater. That wall.
Whatever.
Stuffed animal currently laying in the floor. I don't know what the hell it's laying, but oh, we're there. What?
Nothing.
That.
Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, baby.
Happy New Year to you too, baby. Our first New Year is actually spending it together. So, babe, what was your favorite moment of 2022?
Go look in a mirror.
Huh?
Go look in the bathroom mirror.
I'm your favorite moment?
Oh, duh, we hit a year together.
I mean, think about it. This whole year has been shit for up and down in our relationship. And we ended up this far in our relationship until New Year.
I've been trapped ever since.
Don't believe her. She's tied me down and won't let me go.
Bullshit. Honey, I tried to get you to leave multiple times. You won't.
Don't believe her. Somebody help me.
Shit, I'll set him on the curb with the free sign. Do me a favor.
Oh hell, she's bringing the whips.
I'm going to bed. Come on, please take him. I can't do him.
Ooh, there go the fireworks. I can do fireworks outside my house. I could have went to that. I know where that's at too. Look at that. Downtown LA by the Staples Center. But then again, too many people and it's packed and there's cops everywhere. I ain't trying to get arrested for being Mexican.
Nothing but positivity. Let's leave all the crap behind. Let's make this a 1 year to remember. In the rain, dancing with your friends, your loved ones.
My favorite moment from 2022?
This is ABC News Live.
Favorite moment?
At refugee centers
Besides you?
on the ground in Ukraine,
Close to the front line.
here at the White House.
Destructive. Cat 4 store. Boston is in the bullseye.
I love all y'all.
News Live, America's #1
The day I asked you out.
Anywhere, streaming 24/7, straight to you for free.
Thank you for making ABC News
What,
Live
is somebody getting sleepy?
#1 streaming news.
Well, we'll end this stream here then.
If only there was a place in the morning.
Okay, then I'm going to the.
Smile. Somewhere to help me get in the know.
Well, guys, I'll see you guys